What's up, farming family? How y'all doing today? Today, we're going to be talking about the new shape from the Ripple series or the V2 Ripple series. It will be the R5.14. So this will be a wide body shape. It's going to have the same core as the other ones where it's got the carbon fiber ribs going through it with foam added all the way through the core. But yeah, it's wide body. It's pretty lightweight in terms of swing weight. I've really been enjoying it, but I do have a discount code for this company for $20 off. It's FarmerPB. I will get a kickback from that. I thought you guys should know that. But yeah, let's get into this review, y'all. I'm going to post that pictures and stuff randomly in the video of the core and stuff. I don't feel like there's a whole point in doing a whole spec section for this because most of you have already seen it and we'll probably either skip it or back out. But yeah, let's get into this, y'all. And just so you know, I wasn't exactly the brightest when it came to recording gameplay footage. I had the camera running 2 days in a row and it was on one court, and both times I was on that court, I was not using the Ripple. I literally used the Ripple on the other courts and didn't get any footage. So my buddy John in the gray shirt will be the one who's using the Ripples in this gameplay footage. Not me, because your boy was using like 1/50th of his brain. But let's get into this. All right, so first thing I want to talk about with it would be the pop and the power. So how does it compare to some of the other stuff on the market? Now, in terms of pop and power, I would definitely put it up towards the very top in terms of the power category. In the top three, for sure. It's above the 11624 Alphas, the 11624, regular power series. It's above the PaddleTech TKOs, the GTOs. I can't remember if I just completely butchered that name. But it's a poppy and powerful paddle. The difference is from the beta version, it's more hollow and doesn't have that really stiff, really stiff feel. Like, it is a drastically different feel. It does feel like the old school beta that originally came out that was a little more hollow feeling, but this is still a little more hollow feeling than that one was. But yeah, pop and power, if you're wanting a power paddle, this one's definitely going to be one of them in terms of wide bodies. Now, in terms of control, this is going to be a beast to control. You're going to be taking 2 or 3 weeks to hone it in, and then the paddle is going to slightly break in and start hitting a little bit harder, and then you're going to have to learn to control that. So if you're not a really skilled player in terms of controlling the ball and having soft hands, this paddle is going to be hard for you to control and probably lead to you popping the ball up more. When it came to the RPMs, it got 2,141 RPMs, which is really good. The ball comes off, sits on the face, and that adds a little extra spin to it compared to other paddles. You're more likely not going to notice it drastically compared to the 1900 RPMs or 2000 RPM paddles, but it is a little bit higher in terms of RPMs, which is always a good thing. You're never going to complain about having too much spin realistically. So when it came to the swing weight of this paddle, it was 111, which is about where you'd expect for wide bodies to be. It's not going to be overhead heavy or anything like that. You're going to be able to swing around and get in hand battles and not feel slow. And right out of the box, it weighed 8 ounces without any lead tape or anything. I would add some lead tape sort of down to the side right after it comes off from the corners, and an overgrip. I always do. And the balance point of this paddle is 238 or 238. And when it came to the twist weight on it was 6.15, which compared to other wide bodies, it's not crazy high or anything like that. That's why I recommended using a little bit of lead tape in the swing weight section. And in terms of sweet spot, it's got a pretty average sweet spot. It's not like a crazy big sweet spot where you can feel it all the way to the edge guard, but it's also not like this really tiny sweet spot that you're going to struggle with. I feel like it's pretty average in terms of most of the solid foam paddles if you're talking about, wide body shapes, or even the Gen 3s in general. But yeah, slap some lead tape on it, see what it goes to. But yeah, overall, this paddle feels more like a hybrid than it does a wide body to me. The sweet spot is a little bit up on the paddle face compared to other wide bodies. That's why I really like this compared to the other Ripples that are out right now. The R4 is really good, but I would play with this one definitely over it. But yeah, when it comes to value for your money, it's $280. A lot of these paddles like this are getting up there in price. If they have a patented, core or anything that's different from other paddles, it'll be more likely to be worth it compared to a paddle that is a carbon copy of another paddle and then put $280 on it. That's why I think this one is worth it a little bit more than some of the other ones that are currently on the market. But yeah, definitely my favorite shape out of the Ripple series, hands down. If you played with it, you guys slap your comment down below and let me know what you think about it. Always curious about that. But yeah, until next time, stay safe. Have a good day. Drink plenty of water. Peace, y'all.